Okay. Um, what I'm going to talk about is the user operations, mainly about schedules. So Mark has already gave a lot of details about the technical capabilities and in this layout. What I'm showing here, you can see this is a 3D model of the beam lines for the two independent beam lines after it's completed. Right now, it's not yet 100% completed. Um, Compared to what we had before, this is what I think our users are familiar with. That's the uh, single beam line sector. If we look at the plan view, this is what we have before the beam lines A and B and C and D. The um, so during the construction, what we have is to remove the B station and A station, and then added the B, E, and B, and a new A here. So that's the construction project, and then you've seen that in Mark's layout, and that gives you two independent beamline here. So for the construction schedule, here's sort of a quick rundown what's involved in this whole project. It basically involves four phases for each of the beam lines. There's a beam line, the first beam line and the second beam line, and you can see their schedules are different. Um, so right now we're still in the construction period for the first beam line. Basically, we're getting ready to do the shielding verification. That's the one last part of the construction, in addition to building the hutches and install the optics and instrumentations, and then follows technical commissioning. After the uh, we are allowed to use X-rays in our stations, we start to test the beamline delivery systems and instrument. And this is projected to be in November for the first beamline, or earlier if we can manage it. For the second beamline, it's more delayed. It will be the March or so next year. Then there will be the scientific commissioning, basically to determine the performance and capabilities of the facility, which will be done with selected users. Then comes to the operations, and this is projected for the first beamline, meaning the existing C and D stations will be about March next year, and for the second beamline, be about October next year. So more specifically, about the beam time at ChemMatCARS boils down to is we will accept the user proposals for the next run cycle, I mean 2026-1 cycle on our ID1 beamline for only liquid interface science and advanced crystallography. For this. ASWACS will restart in summer 2026. And I have mentioned before, the user runs are planned for this 1591 beamlines about March 2026. So the proposal submission time is between September 15 and October 22nd. Please do not miss the deadline. The one last thing I wanted to mention about this applying beam time is APS is using a new proposal system called Universal Proposal System, because many national facilities are using the same systems. So give yourself a little extra time registered and play with. If you have any questions, either go on the website here or talk to Natalie. One particular things I like to point out is that if you wanted to add collaborators for your proposal, those collaborators not only have to be a registered APS users, but also have to registered in the UPS system. Otherwise, you cannot find them. Okay, so that's mainly for the schedules. And I have a couple of announcements for the outreach program. In the summer, we're running summer education outreach programs, or two of them, and that's open to everybody, anybody can apply for this. And one is called faculty and student team research, meaning we would accept a faculty member plus a student. That's a team. And the other is just graduate students who would like to spend a summer 4 to 6 weeks with us. Those expenses are covered. This is covered by NSF grant. So for the first year, this 2026 program will accept one team of what we call fast track, and we will accept 4. We have opening for 4 students. But once we get 2 Beeline running, this program will double. The second announcement is that we will run a whole ChemMatCARS user workshop in May 2026 as sort of a kickoff workshop for the restart of ChemMatCARS user operations. So my last slides was about the resources at ChemMatCARS. First of all, we have updated our website. There are a lot of information. You might find it useful. For example, the user information specifically is a scientific programs that has a lot of help on this scientific program or technique we've developed, and among other things. And of course, Natalie plays an important role for the users to coordinate users visits and also to coordinate outreach. So please do not hesitate to reach out to her. She's very nice. I guarantee that. And then we have the 3 lead beeline scientists, Yushen, Wei, and Renell. You know them all. And that will be the conclusion of my presentation.